Hello, this is Sophie Lawson from sophielawson.com and this is the first in a new series of videos I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is each month I'm going to look at my favourite covers from the Previews comic shop catalogue. So for this first one I'm going to look at issue number 412, which was for the month of January 2023, and I've got nice big images of each of the covers as well, so I'm going to go into a bit of detail about why I like the thing, because the thing is with some of the covers in here they're very small, so it's quite interesting how looking at the cover in a big version of it, you get a completely different experience. So lilDENNiS is with us, so let's get into this one. lilDENNiS is sitting up there comfortably. I hope you are as well as we get into this one. I'm really excited for this, but there is 3 little rules. I've created 3 little rules. The first rule is the covers have to be from comics, not graphic novels or omnibuses. The cover can be from any issue, so it doesn't have to be issue number 1, it could be anything. And the other thing is there's only allowed to be 1 cover from each series. So let's say there was like a load of Vampirellas that I loved. I could only have 1 Vampirella cover. That's just a little rule I thought. Otherwise I could end up with like 10 favourite covers and they're all like Vampirella or something. So what I've got as well is there's 3 covers that didn't make it because of those rules. So what I'm going to do is the first one is, this is it's not even in this catalogue actually, the first one. The first one, what happened is I went looking for this cover, which actually does make the top 10, and it is a Carmen America cover. So this one appeared in issue 411 of the Previews catalogue, but I wanted to include it here because it's such a beautiful one. So this one is Carmen America 3, Homeland Insecurity issue 1 shot, and it comes out on February the 22nd. And my favourite is cover B by artist Genzo Man. So that is the first one that didn't make it. Another one that didn't make it is, which one is it? This one. This one's a nice one. So this one here as well. This one didn't make it because it's actually a graphic novel. It's called BRIAR. BRIAR. Absolutely beautiful cover it is. So this one is called BRIAR Volume 1, and it collects issues 1 to 4, and it's out on March the 22nd, and the cover is by artist German Garman Garcia. I'm not the best at pronouncing names, but I absolutely love that cover. I just think it's brilliant. And then another one that didn't make it as well. This one, the thing is, this one, if you go onto the website, you can't even see this cover on the website because it's not the final art. They haven't finalised the art yet. So this one here is called Kong, The Great War, issue number 1, and it comes out on March the 1st. And my favourite is cover B by artist Gary Frank. So we are now into the top 10. So what I'm going to do is I'll put a little bit more sort of detail onto these ones because these are my favourites. So my first one, which is in 10th position. This is a very interesting one. So this one, it's only got a little tiny image in the catalogue, and there's 2 covers. There's a Landro cover and a Burton cover. So this one is called Lycan Girls Night Out, and it's a 1 shot. It comes out on March the 29th, and my favourite is cover B by artist Rio Burton. So let's have a look at that one in more detail. So the thing I love most about this one is the colours really. Also look at the little thingy in the background. Here. because that almost looks a little bit like trees. But I love the way they've put the logo in as well. I always like it when the logo feels like part of the cover, because sometimes the logo feels like it's just plopped on top of the image. But somehow that logo feels sort of connected with the whole cover sort of thing. And I'm liking how simple it is, but I'm also liking the colours. It's a really nice one, this is. It's the only creature as well that's in this top 10. So my next one in 9th position. Oh, this one's a nice one as well. This one was actually further up my list, but what happened is when I went on and looked at all of these covers in more detail, like nice big versions of them, some of the covers moved down the list and some of them moved up. So this one did actually move down the list, but it still made the top 10 in 9th position, and this is Frank Miller's Pandora. So this is issue number 3, comes out on March the 15th, and I like cover A by artist Emma Kubert. So let's have a look at this one in a bit more detail. What I like about this one is, this is the one, for me this is the one that's the best one of the top 10 that's telling a story. And there's sort of like, it feels a bit, it reminds me a little bit of Beetlejuice, the film Beetlejuice. But I love the style of the character, and also that like monster thing in the background, quite interesting. Yeah, but for me this is all about the story really. I like the way her hair's flowing as well. But look at the fear in her eyes, look. There's a fear there, but you can tell that she's got to go in that hole. So in other words, even though she's scared, she's going to have to face whatever it is. So my next one in 8th position, it's a Vampirella. Yay! So there's loads of these Vampirellas, and the funny thing is, I did a video probably about a month ago, where I did a quick look at this previews comic shop catalogue. And actually my favourite at the time was cover F, but now I've actually fallen in love with cover B. And again, this one has only got quite a small cover in the catalogue. So this one is Vampirella Strikes, issue number 11, comes out on March the 22nd, and my favourite cover is cover B by artist Steven Segovia. So let's have a look at this one in a bit more detail. Now this one is beautiful. I'm a little bit unsure about the arm, the back arm. Feels little bit. I feel like, I don't know. For me, I think it needs a bit more foreshortening or something. But what I love is the way she's got blood on that hand, and it really looks like she's just clawed the front of the. It's almost like she's just clawed the screen. But what an absolutely beautiful one this is. Look at the way her eyes are sort of there's movement in those reds of her eyes. That reminds me of Ridge Racer Type 4 on the PlayStation. That used to do that a lot. What I'm liking about this is though the way it's quite a simple shape really. It's all simple shapes, but it still looks really sort of detailed. But definitely the best thing here for me is the way that black hair's flowing that way, and then the blood's flowing on this side. Also, that's quite good. How what they've done is they've put her hand in front of the Vampirella, the text, and her hair's behind it. So it's almost like, sort of makes it feel a bit like she's clawing at the. In other words, it sort of puts the text into the image, gives it a bit of depth. So next up in 7th position is Barbarella. Barbarella. So again, I didn't go with the main one for this one, which is quite interesting. There was 6 covers, 6 variant covers, and my favourite one was this little one down here. Yeah, but when I put it on the computer again, beautiful. And this is one of the ones that I think this one went up a little bit when I saw it in more detail. So this one is Barbarella, The Centre Cannot Hold, issue number 2. It comes out on March the 15th. And my favourite is cover D by artist Madibek Muzabekov. Like I said, I'm not very good with the names, but let's have a look at this one in a bit more detail. Now this one's actually quite similar to the Vampirella one, in that it's sort of doing the same sort of pose. But what I love about this one is the simplicity of the pose, but also all these little shapes everywhere. There's a little shape between her legs, there's the shapes between her arms as well. So this one for me feels very clean. Like the shape of her body is just such a nice, really nice shape. That's the thing for this one, I suppose, shapes. Yeah, this one's all about the shapes. I love that logo as well. Look at the Barbarella logo. That's cool. Look at her sort of happiness, I suppose. I like these little folds in her outfit as well. Beautiful little high heels. Yeah, this is a very simple but effective one for me. The only thing I'm not sure about is that sort of red orb thing in the thing. If that had been me, I would have just had the logo be one big red line. I find that circle there a bit distracting. So we're nearly into the top 5 now. This one, number 6, my 6th favourite cover from the Previews Comic Shop Catalogue, issue number 412. It's I like this one. Now this one surprisingly went down the list. It's a Robin Hood. This one was in about 3rd position. But what I did was I was trying to focus on which one was really making me feel like nice things, sort of thing. And this one moved down slightly, which is a shame, because it is a beautiful cover. That's the thing. There's so many beautiful covers in this. But this one here is Robin Hood, Crawling Chaos, and it's a one-shot. Comes out on April the 5th. And my favourite was cover C by artist Ignacio Noah. Some of these names are very hard, but let's have a look at this one in a bit more detail. Oh, now this one's brilliant. There's 2 things about this that I'm thinking about. One is, where are they going to put the title? Because the only images online of this one are like Virgin variants. So I'm interested how it's going to look when the text is on it. And also, there's a little something not quite right for me with the shape of her breast there. If that had been me, I think I would have made the breast be the same part of the circle as the bra, like the bra top. I wouldn't have put that little sort of groovy bit in it. But what an absolutely beautiful one this is. I love the way it's sort of, you can feel that she's about to strike. You can feel like there's sort of like there's a hint of sort of the calm before the storm with this one. Well, I'm loving everything about this. I love the way the bottom bit is got like the foreground. You've got the buildings in the background, but also those like lines in the air. It's absolutely brilliant. And then look at her pose. Absolutely love this character as well, Robin Hood. I love this one. I can't wait to see this one in person. I've got a feeling this is going to be one of those, when you see it in real life, it's just going to be even more cooler. So what I did was I put like little tagging system on my thing so I could find them. We are now into the top 5. It's very exciting, this is. So in 5th position, my 5th favourite comic book cover. Oh, now this is interesting, this one. This is The Last Barbarians. Where is it? Down here somewhere. Here. The Last Barbarians. So the thing that's surprising about this is, this one was not even going to be in the top 10. And what happened was, right at the very end, because I've got loads of covers, and I said to myself right at the end, I thought I'd finalised the top 10, and I said, let's just have a quick final look to see if I like any of the other ones. And I had a quick look at this one, and I couldn't believe it. When you see this up close, in like more detail, because in the catalogue it's quite small, but when you see it in detail, it's beautiful. And for me, this is the best one with emotion. That's what I'm thinking. So this one went from not even being in the top 10 to going all the way up into 5th position. So this is The Last Barbarians, issue number 2. Comes out on March the 15th. And my favourite is cover A by artist BRIAR. So let's have a look at this one in a bit more detail. Oh, this is lovely, this one. I am so glad that I went back and had a look to see if there's any more about this. You wait until you zoom in on her face. Look at the emotion. There's like a sadness. There's a sadness in her eyes, but a sort of a beautiful, like, determination as well, sort of thing. But look at what I'm loving about this is the quality of the strokes, like the paint strokes. This looks like a traditional one to me, but this is all about emotion for me. I love this one. I really love this one. I've got a feeling this is another one where I think, hey, look at that. In the background, the shadows are like, almost look like monsters. It's not like random shapes, maybe. But I've got a feeling this is going to be one of those that when you get it in person, it's going to be, you know, some covers, you fall in love with them. It's like, but after a while, you sort of get a bit bored of them. But there's some where you fall in love with them, and then what happens is, the more you look at them, the more you fall in love with them. I've got a feeling this is going to be one of those. And I could totally imagine having this one framed on the wall or something. I also like the way Image have changed their logo to sort of be part of the series, like the comic. So we're now into the top 4. Nearly into the top 3, and my 4th favourite. Oh, I love this one. I absolutely love this one. This one so nearly made into top 3, and I think if this had been in a different issue, this could easily have been number 1. But there's so many beautiful ones. But this one, it's the one I said at the start. It's the Captain America. So the thing with this is, I actually went looking for the sort of the base cover, and what happened was I had a quick look at the variant, and I couldn't believe it. You wait until you see this in detail, because in the catalogue it's such a small little image, you can't see how beautiful it is. So this one is Captain America 4 Scars and Bars issue, and it's a one shot. Comes out on April the 26th, so I think it's been delayed. But my favourite is cover B by artist Angel Arts. But I actually also want to mention cover A by Timothy Lim, because that was also so close to being my favourite. But this one by Angel Arts is just so unbelievable. So let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at it in a bit more detail. Oh, here we go. This one. So from a distance like this, it looks nice. But look at this when you zoom in. I mean, it's unbelievable. She is absolutely beautiful, and I've got a feeling she, part of me thinks maybe she should have been my number 1, just because look at the strokes and that. Look, the strokes, they are like, it's absolutely beautiful, the strokes, but she as well is amazing, and then there's even like little details in the way she's, like that lightning thing she's holding. So, and I love the colour palette as well, the way it's sort of like muted colours. So I do sort of think to myself, should this have been my number one? But I went for the feeling, and I love this one though. This is another one where I think when you get it in person, you're going to sort of want to put it on the wall or something. But for me, this one, I love the paint strokes, and she is absolutely gorgeous. I almost swore then. I almost swore. Look at those eyes there. Look. I mean, they're like sort of mesmerising eyes. They are. You could get lost in those eyes. Oh, and this is the one I actually fell in love with. I fell in love with this one mainly for this character here, this blue character. So I am new to comics, so I don't know any of these characters' names. But what I love is the pose of this character here. She's got such a cool vibe, such a cool little pose. But all of these characters, they seem like fun characters. They seem like a cool group of girls, these do. So this is the cover that I initially was going to put in my top 10. But when I saw this one up close, I had to pick that one basically. But this one, what I like about this is the way they've got half of it blue and half yellow. I like it, it's cool. And like I said, for me, this is all about this group of characters. Karma in America, this is a series I think I'm going to do a bit of research into. So now we're into the top 3, the final 3. So these are like the creme de la creme. And what makes it... This is beautiful, this one. This is amazing. This is absolutely beautiful. And the thing about this one is, it gets a full... It gets a full page on it as well. So basically that is the cover there. It's from the Neighbours. This is the Franny, which is an unlockable cover. There's actually 4 covers there, but what's cool about this is they actually show you a bit of the comic, and they also had like little sketches as well. So I'll put a link to the Click Look I did of this catalogue. But this one here in 3rd position, it's The Neighbours issue number 1. It comes out on March the 22nd, and my favourite cover is... It's called the Unlockable. It's an unlockable cover. So yeah, I don't know what that means. I'm wondering if that means something like they have to have 1 in 10 or something. But it's by the artist Franny. So let's have a look at this one in a bit more detail. Oh, now this is another beautiful one. So there's a bit more details about it from Boom Studios. But look at this, look. Again, it's just, there's something about her. Like she's captivating like the other one. But I like I want to say flat, it's almost as if she's made of paper or something. Isn't it beautiful though how you can have like super realistic and then like, it's almost like cartoony I suppose. But this one here, I've got a feeling I'm going to really love this, reading this comic as well. So what's the main thing that stands out for me is this character. I'm just sort of in love with this character. Because I feel like she's going to go through a lot of... I think she's going to go through a lot basically. And I already care for her, even though I don't know... I feel like connected to her already. Which is a bit... Even though I don't sort of know nothing about her. But the fact there's a serpent there as well. And these little things here, they look like magic mushrooms. So for me, really, this one's all about quite an intrigue. I feel intrigued when I look at this one. So here we go into the final 2. And in 2nd place, the runner-up. I can't even remember what it is. Oh, this is amazing. surprisingly, this one almost made me number one. The thing is, I sort of knew what number one was going to be because I was so in love with it. But this so easily could have been number one. And in the catalogue, you only get a little image, a very tiny image. But this one is just absolutely brilliant. It's probably the most sort of like sexiest composition, and I would say it's the best sort of, it's the best overall cover, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. But number one, as I would say, is more sexy artwork. Yeah. But this, for me, this is like one of the best covers I've ever seen. So this one is Inferno Girl, issue number 3. It comes out on March the 22nd. And my favourite is cover C by artist O'Brien Georgeson. So let's have a look at this one in a bit more detail. This one here, again, this is another one that could easily have been my favourite. What I like about it, I think this is the best, like I said, the best composition, because it's so simple. We've got basically, it reminds me of Mirror's Edge as well, the red and the white. It reminds me of the video game Mirror's Edge. What I like though is the way her face is realistic, and then her hair's got no detail at all. It's just the white. So this is a pencil sketch basically, and I love sketches and pencil sketches and things. But I like the way they've put the redness. It's almost as if her hair is part of the cover, like that red bit there. It's like following her hair. So like I said, I just think this is a very, very nicely put together composition. Infernal Girl red. So I wonder if there's like Infernal Girl blue and stuff. She's cool though. I like the red. I like the simpleness of it. So here we go then with my favourite, me top one. Now the thing with this is, you've already seen it, because what happened is when I opened this catalogue to do me click look, what happened was on the inside was a beautiful image of issue 1 of GEART, and I fell in love with that straight away. And I knew, as soon as I saw that, I knew that was going to be like one of the best covers that I've ever seen. Yeah, so that is my number one from the issue 412 of the Previews Comic Shop catalogue. It's issue number 1 of GEART. Now, surprisingly, my favourite is actually the main cover, which that surprised me, because normally like the variant covers are more sexy. So this one, GEART issue number 1, comes out on March the 8th, and my favourite is cover A by artist Leslie Lurix Lee. Now I've actually got a bunch of Leslie Lurix Lee's covers already. I don't know if I think it's a she, but that artist is one of my absolute favourites. So let's have a look at this one in a bit more detail. And it is my favourite, the GEART. Well, what I love here is everything. I just love everything. The colours, the pose, the sexiness of it, the look in her eyes. I mean, look how beautiful she looks. The hair, look how like sort of full, and you could almost feel like your hand. Look at her nails as well. I've just noticed that. Beautiful long nails. There's just, this one for me is just sexiness overload. That's what I'm thinking. I like the pink and gold colours as well. Look at the way she's like gently touching her leg. Very sexy. And I like the way the fabric is like, again, gently sort of wrapping around her leg. There's just an extreme sexiness about this one for me. I love it. I really like those colours though. Look at her face though, look how beautiful she is. Lovely lips. Lovely, lovely green eyes as well. again, she's another girl you could get lost in her eyes, I think. So that's it for this one. I really hope you enjoyed that. It was a look at my top 10 favourite comic book covers from the Previews Comic Shop Catalogue, issue number 412. Now I am thinking about doing my top 10 stories as well. So if you'd like to see that, please let me know, because that one will be a bit different, where I'll actually include graphic novels and stuff. But that one will have to be issue number 1s only. So I might do that as well, but I'm definitely going to be focusing on these comic book, the covers, because I just love covers. So I really hope you enjoyed that. Little Dennis, he loved it, he does. I shall see you later for another one. So here's the BRIAR one in more detail. Look how cool the what I love about this one is I love her facial expression. I also love the character. She looks absolutely like, for me, she looks like something's. She looks like she's out for revenge. You can just feel the sort of determination in her eyes, like. But look how cool the everything about that is brilliant. Even the way they've put the logo in it, because the colour of the logo is like the blood colour. This one, Kong the Great War. So in the catalogue, you've got that art pending license approval. You've got that going across it. On the website, this is all you get on the website. Image coming soon. But what I like about this one is the lighting. And it just feels like retro. It feels new but old, which is quite. I like it when that happens. Now this one, absolutely brilliant. Genzo Man is one of my favourite artists. And what I'm liking about this one is the way the shadows are like shapes. It's almost like everything's got. There's lots of shapes going on in it, which is nice. It's almost like a sort of. It almost feels like a sort of a realistic cell shading or something. That's what I'm thinking.